it, though, a hell of a lot longer. A few words from Joseph Hughes. Thank you.
Ah, my goodness. 10 years ago, I could have done that quite easily. But, you know, such are the ravages of time. Ladies and gentlemen, how absolutely marvelous to see you all here. Thank you so much. I can't say how much we appreciate such a delightful reception to our 10-year anniversary here. And it is 10 years to the day that we celebrated our opening at the Yacht Club, actually. So we're a little bit more modest these days, I'm bound to say. But it has been 10 years, and 10 glorious years, 10 years that have gone past very quickly. And 10 years, above all, of immense support from the local community. We came here, as Rodea has just said, we have been doing business in Greece for more than 10 years, in fact, but clearly the commitment to open an office here and to provide local service to this massively important community from the American Club's point of view was necessary in 2005. And I've been very pleased to hear so many nice things said about our team here in Piraeus, not just in the last several days since I've been here, which has been all too short, but for a long time. And we do try very hard indeed to provide the service that you rightfully expect from us. And above all, we are deeply grateful for the support which you as a community have been able to give us over that time. We are deeply committed to the Greek community. It is a jewel in our crown at the American Club. It is a jewel in the crown of world maritime transportation, moreover. We are aware that Greece, of course, is going through some economic difficulties at present, but we are certain that the Greek spirit, which after all has transcended history from the earliest times of the birthplace of democracy and modern civilization, that spirit that has transcended the Hellenic experience will continue into the future. And we, in our small way, we newcomers on the world stage, we Americans, will actually be here to support you over the years ahead. Churchill said that all speakers should be witty, be brief, and be seated. And in this case, of course, you'll see we've also taken advice so that the speaker can be seen, which is equally important. Thank you very much indeed for coming. Anniversaries, of course, are wonderful, wonderful things. And in fact, Hillary and Bill Clinton had an anniversary recently. And I take you back, in fact, to when they were first married. Bill had put under their bed a strong box, a lock box. And he said to Hillary, right from the very time they were first married, never ever open that lock box. It is a complete part of my private life that I don't want you to know about. Keep it completely locked and never try to open it even. And of course she abided by this for many, 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 many years. But eventually, years and years and years later, well, I don't know when they were married, but fairly recently, perhaps just before their last anniversary, she couldn't resist the temptation anymore, and she opened it up. And she found 3 beer cans in there, and just over $100,000 in cash, and precisely $104,875.25 in cash sitting in the box. I thought, this is very odd. So anyway, they went out for dinner that evening, and she raised this rather sheepishly with Bill and said, Bill, look, I have something to admit to. I did open the lockbox, the strong box underneath the bed, and I know I shouldn't have done, but I found 3 cans in there and a large amount of cash, $104,875.25 in cash. And he said, oh, well, that has a certain significance, said Bill. Every time I had some relations, extramarital relations, Hillary, I'll be honest with you, I used to put a beer can in there, drink a beer, put the can in the box, and that was that, basically. So she thought, well, we had Jennifer Flowers, Paula Jones, Monica Lewinsky, 3. That's, yeah, all right. Well, look, I know about, she said, Bill, I know about 3, and that seems to mathematically add up, so that doesn't seem too bad. But what about the $104,875.25? Oh, he said, well, when the box became full with all the cans, I used to go down to the recycling centre and then cash them in for the deposit. Well, you know, I mean, actually, no, I shouldn't say lovely. They are, of course, Mrs. Clinton is running for president once again, and they have different bumper stickers. The bumper, one, it says, "Run, Hillary, run." A Democrat puts it on his rear bumper, a Republican puts it on his front bumper. So I'll leave it at that, actually, on that note. I knew that I was under instructions, serious instructions. To turn for a moment to a serious issue again, many thanks indeed again for all of your support of what we do here for the American Club over the years. I'd like to recognise, and Dorothea will speak more to this, I think also, from the very first beginnings, we have George Sinnis with us. George, where are you? Who, of course, was the original incumbent here, and who hired many of the people who are now here, continuing in the tradition that he established back in 2005 in opening the office. And we came off with George with a flying start, and we've continued that momentum ever since. Thank you, George, for starting it all up to begin with. Much appreciated. And many thanks indeed to Dorothea, who has taken the baton, taken the torch, and brought it on with equal vigour over recent years. She will now tell you a little bit more about what we've been doing, and talk a bit more about how the future will develop for us. But again, many thanks indeed to all of you for coming. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for that very nice speech, and thank you for thanking us for what we do here. But one very important thing for me, and one thing I wanted to tell everybody, is that this office wouldn't be anything, and we wouldn't be able to do anything if it wasn't for the staff that work in this office here. It's a privilege for me to lead the staff in this office, and I just want to mention them each one by one because they're all very important, and they help the American Club do what they do. Joanna Kukuli, over there, our claims manager. Margie Banu, who sits at this desk right here, and she's standing over here, our deputy claims manager. Deshna Beveratu, our claims executive. Banai Mazda, I can't see you. Oh, there you are, right in front, okay. Adonis Babas, our gentleman of the office, back there. Yes, we are equal opportunity employer, okay. Annie Papadimitriou, who is the heart and soul of this office, and my right hand, that this is done. Crisanti Paplomata, there you are, our latest addition. And Savrula Leondaran, who's responsible for getting you all paid. So, as a special thank you to Savrula, who does all that paperwork. I also wanted to say, actually, a special thank you to George. George, are you here? Hi. Okay. Obviously, George is the person that started all of this. He hired the original people of the office, and we've kept that momentum going. And thank you for inspiring us to begin with. And we hope that we continue to do what you guys want us to do here. And thank you especially to the membership. Really, here's to another 10 years. Thank you all.
I'll tell you what, I'll stand back there. Well, stand on.
Oh, here? Oh, no. All right. Okay.